Hey folks, welcome to Tim's Offgrid. We are going to dig into this ReadyWise emergency food supply. Up to 25-year shelf life, 132 servings. Ultimate preparedness pack. This costs about 80 bucks on Amazon. And what should be in here is chicken flavored noodle soup, Southwest rice and beans, barbecue beans, vanilla pudding, orange drink mix, whey milk alternative, as well as creamy pasta and vegetables, cheesy macaroni, pasta alfredo, teriyaki rice, tomato basil soup with pasta, apple cinnamon cereal, brown sugar, and maple multigrain cereal. All right, we're gonna rip into this, and you're gonna have to stay tuned through the weekend because we're gonna be eating this stuff all weekend. Maybe not 132 servings, but maybe we will. All right, inside we have preparedness instructions. How to boil water. Bowl, bring 1 cup of water to a bowl. Add 1 cup of rice to boiling water and stir. Cover, turn off the heat and cover. Let stand for 12 minutes before serving. So they kind of give you some of the instructions. That was for the white rice. And they've got a bunch of different instructions here. And some of this is not in here, like pancakes and butter and stuff like that. Now, this is how they have it packaged. This is 6 servings of cheesy macaroni. All right. And 6 servings of pasta alfredo. And then we have teriyaki rice. Heck, it's probably another 6 servings, but I don't know. 6 servings, it says. All right, then we got tomato basil soup with pasta. We got barbecue beans. We've got vanilla pudding, whey milk alternative, Southwest rice and beans, chicken flavored noodle soup, not to be confused with chicken noodle soup, but chicken flavored noodle soup is it. Orange drink mix, more orange drink mix, brown sugar, maple multigrain cereal, more of it, apple cinnamon cereal, more apple cinnamon cereal, creamy pasta and vegetables, and creamy pasta and vegetables. And that's all she wrote. So we're gonna see how we do this weekend because we got to plan out multiple meals. We got to plan out some lunch and some dinner. So let's see what we can come up with that might look appealing to some folks. And we're gonna just kind of organize everything real quick and then come up with a couple meals because we got to feed about 12 or 14 people. Tomato basil soup, barbecue beans, creamy pasta vegetables, orange drink mix, teriyaki rice. All right. There you go. This is kind of like one of those children games. You gotta, put the stuff together that matches. Pasta alfredo, rice and beans, pudding. All right, macaroni. All right. So I figure some people will probably have creamy pasta and vegetables. That'll do 6 of them, and the other 6. All right. And let's say some of them are gonna have some macaroni and cheese. This group over here. And maybe this group's gonna have Southwest rice and beans. So that's a meal right there. And then let's say we have a group that's gonna have some soup with their dinner. This one's gonna have teriyaki rice with their dinner. They're gonna have pasta alfredo with their teriyaki rice. With their soup, they're gonna have some barbecue beans. And then so we got lunch, we got dinner, and then we could even have some breakfast over here. Apple cinnamon cereal, and then we've got, yeah, this is also cereal, so they could have a couple different choices of cereal. And if there's anything else that's needed, any other additional calories, somebody could get the chicken noodle soup, and somebody could get they could take one of these extra cereals, and then either group can have some of the orange drink milk, and either group can have this stuff here. So again, I think we're set up for about 12 people for lunch, 12 people for a dinner, and 12 people for possibly 2 breakfasts, because this is 12 servings and 12 servings. However, let's remember, a serving is 200 calories. Nobody's going to be able to operate off 200 calories. So they probably need the 200 plus the 240. They probably need all of this, all right? And that's why we were doubling up on this stuff over here too, because we were going to give them 6 servings of this at 200 and 6 servings at, this was the creamy cheesy macaroni. We rotate. It's 260, about 460. All right, we gotta rethink that now. So maybe everybody needs 3 servings, something that has 3 servings. So hey, you're gonna have some brown sugar and cinnamon cereal with your lunch, and so are you. I'm gonna revise our plan. This is good for 1 lunch and 1 dinner at about 80 bucks based on the number of calories. So that's what's going to get you on you.
Wait.
12 to 14 people, and we're going to give them probably in the neighborhood for 600 calories with their lunch, and we're going to give them somewhere in the neighborhood of 600 or so calories with their dinner. 600 to 800 calories with their dinner. So that's more realistic, and they can supplement a little bit with their milk alternative in their pudding if they want. All right, so realistically for 12 to 14 people, a lunch and a dinner. That's a lot of people though, remember. So, but if you were a much smaller number of people, you could stretch this on out. All right, so that's what we're thinking, and you got to stay tuned through this weekend to see how it plays out with everybody. So, see how it goes, because we're doing a Camp Tim's West Virginia Survival Challenge. The challenge is full of riddles on where different caches are located. Food cache, water filter cache, different caches, all throughout Camp Tim's. And using the riddles, they'll have to find all these different caches to be able to survive the weekend. So it's a plane crash. My plane crash idea came out months ago before I saw one on Mr. Beast. I just want to say that. So somehow I think maybe he caught wind of ours. So tune in through the weekend, see how it goes. Appreciate y'all.